This is the problem with winter.
Be 4th down and 4 for the Trojans. If you missed it, Silas Palagorgis came in with the interception on Casagrande's first drive. A huge play from the sophomore. And the pass is incomplete. Tanner Starrett almost making an incredible diving catch.
Play action pass incomplete, intended for Tanner Starrett. That's a turnover on downs.
It'll be turnover on downs, and the Guachos will take over on offense. The Trojans looking to repeat what they just did on defense, intercepting the Gaucho offense. The Gauchos line back up in spread formation, trips to the right. Another quick screen play. And it's brought down by Jack Hartman.
Portis' pass complete to Dylan Peterson.
A gain
Jack
of 8.
Hartman on the tackle.
Be 2nd and 3. The Gauchos looking to get their quarterback in a rhythm, get him comfortable for the rest of the game. A low snap, pressured up the middle. And Portis scrambles for around a 7-yard gain, getting the first down for the Gauchos.
Portis scrambles, forced out of bounds by Casey Pechtel. First down, Gauchos.
The first handoff for the Gauchos. A gain of around 8.
Paul Federley, the ball carrier. J.J. Grant on the tackle.
The Gauchos slowing things down a little bit. Not going to their no-huddle offense like they did their first drive. Slow things down for the quarterback. Start to get him in the rhythm. Alert for the Gauchos.
Shane Runyon.
Tanner Starrett checks in at cornerback. Third and short for the Gauchos. And the snap is fumbled, recovered by the Gauchos quarterback. Able to land on it, but it's going to be a 3-yard loss.
Covered by Jacob Portis.
Makes it a 4th and 5 for the Gauchos. It looks like they're going for it. This will be a crucial stop for the Trojans defense if they're able to get this. They'll have great field position, but they need to get the stop. Flag on the play, and it looks like it's going to be offsides on the defense.
Encroachment on the defense. There'll be a 5-yard penalty.
And that is a first down. They're able to get the defensive line to jump there. Be 1st and 10 for the Gauchos on the 46-yard line. They line up in trips left. Pitch. And he's going to break a couple tackles down the left side of the field and is eventually brought down by
Toss.
Eli Galladay-Freeman.
Eli Galladay-Freeman on the tackle. First down, Guachos.
Big run play for the Guachos there. Sets them up for another 1st and 10 as they approach the red zone. Spread formation. Throws the out route. Incomplete for Maverick Guggens. Good coverage on the play by Silas Palagorgis.
Pass incomplete. Pass defended by Silas Palagorgis.
Be 2nd and long. The Gauchos looking to get on the board to take the early lead over the Trojans. Back in spread formation. Trojans bring the blitz, and the snap is fumbled once again. But Jacob Portis is able to land on it.
Fumble on the play.
Be a loss of 4, and
Jacob
it'll be
Portis.
3rd and 14 coming up for the Gauchos. Screenplay is dropped. And it'll be a long 4th and 14 for the Gauchos.
Pass incomplete. Intended for Federley. Francisco Perez with the pressure.
And the Gauchos are bringing the punt team on the field. Try to pin the Trojans back deep in their own territory. Make it for a long offensive drive if the Trojans have a chance at scoring. Back to receive the punt is Luke Rivas. Short punt, but it takes a nice Gaucho bounce down to the 12-yard line.
Cody Cornelius with a low punt takes a Casa roll.
It'll be a long drive if the Trojans have a chance at scoring. You're going to look to run the ball here. And start to get that running game going like they have in the previous 2 games. Pitch out right. A nice running play by CJ Powers. Near the 1st down. Be 2nd down and 2.
Toss to CJ Powers. Marcus Scott on the tackle.
Substitutions for the Trojans offense. Line up wide out to the left. And bring in the wishbone. A straight give to the fullback. And the Trojans are going to push their way forward for a 1st down and get to the 25-yard line.
Mario Zarco, the ball carrier. Antonio Bernardini on the tackle. 1st down, Trojans.
This is exactly what the Trojans like to do. Run the ball consecutively, get 4 or 5 yards every play, and keep the chains rolling. Take up a lot of time on the clock and not let the other team get the ball. Motion to the right, handed off to Mario Zarco again. This time swallowed up by the Gauchos defensive line. Only for a gain about 2 or 3 yards.
Mario Zarco, the ball carrier. Emmett Peterson on the tackle.
Even though the Trojans are a running team, if they're going to have a chance of winning today, they're going to need to start throwing the ball a little bit more. A passing first down could be very crucial for the Trojans and help them out tremendously. Be timeout.
Petaluma. It's their first timeout.
Timeout for the Trojans. So far in the game, it is 0-0. We've seen huge defensive stops by both sides. A nice interception early on in the game by Silas Palagorgis. A huge swing of momentum for the Trojans as they look to capitalize on that momentum and get down the field and score a touchdown. Trojans spread the receivers out wide. Motion to the right. And Harmon looking deep for number 20, but it is incomplete as the receiver could not get enough separation off the cornerback to get open there.
Intended for Dawson Shaw.
Could have been a huge play for the Trojans if they were able to capitalize. Be 3rd and 8. Screenplay is saw by the Gauchos, and Hartman is tackled at the 39-yard line.
Jack Hartman scrambles. Tackle made by Cody Rodrigo.
Very close to the first down. It'll be 4th and short. Curious to see what the Trojans are going to do here. With not the best field position, are they going to punt or go for it? It looks like they're going to go for it on 4th and short. They line up in the wishbone. And number 16, CJ Powers, a run out to the right with a huge gain for the Trojans.
The ball carrier.
The fake handoff and then the real handoff. A huge play for the Trojans.
First down, Trojans.
And a big swing of momentum for them as they're finally able to break a run for over 10 yards. Trojans line up in wishbone again. And it's handed off to number 16, CJ Powers again. And he'll look to get around 4 yards.
CJ Powers, the ball carrier. Esteban Sierra on the tackle.
Tanner Starrett and Francisco Perez check into the game. Splits the receivers out wide again. Hand off to Mario Zarco. And looks to get about 4 or 5 yards again, and it will be 3rd and short.
Mario Zarco, the ball carrier, tripped up by Joe Ellis.
And that is the end of the very fought-out battle in the first quarter.
Where the score is tied 0-0.
Trojans going to look to extend their drive in the second quarter, waste a lot of clock, and not let the Guachos get the ball and drive down the field.
To allow us to have our game here today.
Coming into the game, these two teams could not be any more opposite. The Guachos love to throw the ball and drive down the field fast, while the Trojans are much more methodical, run the ball, waste time off the clock, while the defenses of the Guachos, 4 out of their 5 games, have let up over 40 points, while the Trojans have let up around 20 points or less in 3 of their 4 games. A crucial 3rd and short for the Trojans here. Line back up in the wishbone, a formation that seems to be working. A power play to the right, but is swallowed up by the Gauchos' defensive line once again. Looks to be about a 1 or 2 yard gain, and it'll be 4th and very short.
Peterson on the tackle.
The Trojans are going to need to pick up this one to keep their momentum. Flag on the play.
Dead ball foul. False start on the offense.
False start on the offense.
Penalty will repeat 4th down.
And a mistake that you cannot have if you're the Trojans there. They wanted to be able to pick up that 4th and short, but with that penalty, it makes it around a 4th and 7. And it looks like they are going to punt. Jack Hartman had a tremendous game last week against Sonoma Valley, punting the ball, downing Sonoma in their own 5 multiple times. And the punt, not very good there, but Jack Hartman with a great punt, getting inside the 15-yard line.
Jack Hartman's punt down by Dawson Shaw.
And the Gauchos will look to drive the length of the field. It will have to be around a 90-yard drive.
So they probably could figure that out. Okay.
Jacob Portis still in at quarterback. They line up, trips to the right again. Maybe looking for a quick screen. It's a straight handoff, but it's swallowed up immediately. By number 50.
Caden Ramirez, the ball carrier. Frederick Thames on the tackle.
Tackle by Frederick Thames. A huge stop for the Trojans on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and long. As the Gauchos line up and spread. Play action. Portis looks deep and just overthrown a little bit as the receiver could not haul it in. And there's going to be a flag on the play.
There's a penalty flag at the end of the play.
So we await the call.
Sideline interference.
It'll be sideline interference by the Guachos. Half a distance to the goal.
Half the distance to the goal.
And it'll be on the Gaucho 6-yard line. That's a big mistake by the Gauchos there. It'll be 3rd and long, backed up near their own end zone. They line up trips to the right again. And it's tipped at the line of scrimmage. Incomplete. The Trojans thought they may have caught it,
Pass
but the
incomplete.
refs ruled incomplete,
Batted down
and it'll
by
be 4th and
Francisco
long.
Perez.
A great stop by the Trojan defense, able to get pressure on Jacob Portis there. And they will punt. Looking to set up the Trojans in great field position. And the punt is blocked. And it's a touchdown for the Trojans after the blocked punt. A huge play on special teams by the Trojans. And it is recovered for the touchdown. A costly mistake by the Gauchos. Castiglia on the block.
For a safety. That's a touchdown.
Mackenzie Soper coming in for the point after. A huge play by the Trojan special teams, which is definitely a turning point in this game.
Timeout, Petaluma.
Petaluma calls
Second
timeout. Be their second of 3 timeouts. Going back to the blocked punt, the Trojans were able just to get enough pressure to get right in on the punter, block the punt, and they were able to fall on it for the touchdown. It seems as Petaluma has all the momentum in this one right now. The Trojans called a fake point after last week against Sonoma. Could they try it again here in maybe their biggest game this season? It'll be point after, straight down the middle, and it'll be 7-0 for the Trojans.
Mackenzie Soper with the extra point. It's good. That puts the score now the Trojans 7 and the Gauchos 0.
And you can sense the momentum for the Trojans right now, as the Gauchos will look to counteract that and drive down the field. But the Trojans looking to continue much of the same and put pressure on Portis and force them into bad situations.
Miguel Rangel set to kick off. Hayden Kramer, Marcus Scott back deep to receive.
We'll go Rangel to kick off. A little windy out. The ball falls off the tee. And again. It's a kick, a little pooch kick to the left. Brought down by Tanner Starrett there. A great form tackle. It'll set up the Guachos on their own 40-yard line.
Antonio Bernardini with a short return on the squib. Tanner Starrett on the coverage.
Be 1st and 10 for the Guachos. As they look to get some momentum in this game, they come out in spread formation once again. A pitch play, but it is sniffed out by the Trojans defense. It'll be a loss on the play.
Toss goes out to Paul Federley.
Casey Pechtel there on the stop.
With a tackle in the backfield.
A loss of 5 on the play will set up the Guachos in 2nd and 15. Some yelling down in the Trojan sideline as they try to make the substitutions. Gets the Trojans to jump off sides once again. The hard count.
Encroachment on the defense.
Gets the defensive line.
2nd down.
Be a 5-yard penalty there. So it sets the Guachos back up for 2nd and 10. Makes it audible. Passing play. Portis is swallowed up by the Trojan defensive line. Mario Zarco was there first, followed up by Jack Santos. A huge sack for the Trojans, setting the Guachos up for a 3rd and long once again. A big sack by the Trojans there. Lines up, trips to the right again. Play action. Portis fires, leads the receiver by just a little bit too much, and it is incomplete.
For Marcus Scott.
The Guachos bring on the punt unit, and the Trojans look to get the ball back. Rivas back to receive the punt once again. We'll see if the Trojans bring pressure like they did and try to get another block punt. A high snap. It can't. Received by Rivas. And he is brought down after a nice return of around 8 yards. Penalty flag on the play, however.
Flag at the end of the play.
The Trojans looking to capitalize once again on offense and start moving the ball. Looking for their
block in the back on the return team.
The penalty is an illegal block in the back. We'll set the Trojans back just a little.
It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Hartman trots back onto the field, looking to lead his offense. Be 1st and 10 as wideouts are split far. Handoff to Zarco, and it is swallowed up immediately by the Guachos. A gain of 1.
Mario Zarco, the ball carrier. Cody Cornelius on the tackle.
Be 2nd and long for the Trojans here. Motion to the right. A counter run, but it is swallowed up immediately again by the Guachos. Handed off to Perez.
Francisco Perez, the ball carrier. Joe
That's
Ellis,
a loss
the
of
first one there.
yardage. Six minutes left in the second quarter. Trojans line up and trips right for the first time this game. Hartman rolls out to his right. And just a little bit to the right of Starrett. It is incomplete.
Pass incomplete, intended for Tanner Starrett.
And the Trojans punt unit is onto the field. The snap low again on a bounce. Hartman with a nice punt. Take a little Trojan bounce and will eventually be downed at the 45-yard line. Penalty flag on the play.
Is downed. There's a penalty flag in the middle of the field.
Not sure what the call is here. Is an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on both sides. Those will cancel each other out.
2 personal fouls for unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams, offset.
One more for each of those players. They will more than likely be ejected from the game. You cannot rack up 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. And a quarterback change. Dominic Feliciano checks in for the Guachos. They go in to their wishbone. But a timeout is quickly taken by the Guachos.
Timeout, Casa Grande. It's their first timeout.
The Guachos looking to finally get some offense rolling and get into the end zone for once, as the Trojans look to do more of the same and get pressure on the quarterback, putting the Guachos in large deficits. Gauchos line back up again in wishbone. As the Trojans stack the box. It'll be handed off. Running back was able to shimmy his way forward for a couple yards.
Paul Federley, the ball carrier. Frederick Thames on the tackle.
Looks like a gain of about 5. Play action. And the pass is caught for the first down. Had to make a diving catch there, but he was able to catch it. Well set, the Gauchos up for a first down.
Eli Kaplan. First down, Gauchos.
A running play again. As 33, a huge hit by Jack Hartman there, flattening the Gaucho running back as he jogs to the sideline.
Paul Federley, the ball carrier. Jack
But
Sanchez
Federley
on the tackle.
was still able to pick up a good amount of yards there. Running play again to number 25, but is stood up at the 30-yard line by the Trojans defense. There'll be another first down for the Gauchos.
Caden Ramirez, the ball carrier.
As time continues to tick, it'll be 4
Ryan
minutes and 30
Castiglia
seconds
on the
left
tackle.
in the game, or in the first half. Motion to the right. Gonna run up the middle by the Gauchos for round 4.
Caden Ramirez, the ball carrier. Frederick Thames on the tackle.
Motion again, a low snap. Throw out to the right. But is taken down by the Trojans again. A great tackle.
Feliciano's pass complete
Great
to
tackle by
Marcus Scott.
Matt Baumsteiger there.
Barnsteiger on the tackle.
Gauchos tried to set up a little bubble screen there, but to no avail. Only around a gain of about 2 yards. A big third down here. Pass again, but the Trojans are able to get there, and Silas Paulogeorgis with a huge sack. Coming up big once again for the Trojans. Now will set the Gauchos back big
With the sack.
with a loss of about 15 on the play. It'll be fourth down, and the punt unit comes on once again for the Gauchos. The Trojans blitzing able to pay off there once again. A huge defensive stop for the Trojans, as they will have 3 minutes. The bounce takes a tremendous Gaucho bounce, and it'll be down at the 1-yard line for the Trojans.
Cody Cornelius with a nice punt. Down by
There'll be 2
Cody
minutes
Rodrigo
left.
at the 1-yard line.
There'll be 2 minutes left in the first half. Trojans looking to drive the length of the field. Can we see the Trojans unleash the passing offense a little bit here, or will they play conservative with the lead? Trojans line up in wishbone. Be handoff, but only a little bit of gain for the Trojans there. Powers on the rush.
CJ Powers, the ball carrier. Joe Ellis on the tackle.
Sterrett checks into the game for receiver, bringing in the play. Trojans use their final timeout here
Timeout Petaluma.
as they look to try to convert and get a new first down.
Final timeout of the half.
It'll be second down for the Trojans on their own 3-yard line as they jog back out onto the field. Looks like the Trojans did not know the snap
Dead
count
ball
there.
foul. Calls a false start on the offense.
False
Maybe
start
half the
on the
distance to the
offense.
goal And repeat second down.
Brings it back to the 1.5-yard line for the Trojans. It will be a run once again for the Trojans as Zarco gets to the 5-yard line.
Mario Zarco, the ball carrier. Antonio Bernardini on the tackle.
As Casagrande takes a timeout, trying to preserve the clock a little bit.
Timeout Casa Grande. They have 1 remaining.
A big third down for the Trojans. As Zarco appears to be limping a little bit. A sight you do not want to see, especially in their final game. Zarco will try to walk it off a little bit. The Guachos are able to stop him here and force a punt from Petaluma. It will set up the Guachos in great field position with a minute left. And the Guachos, with their passing offense, could fly down the field any second. Hand it off once again. He stood up. Powers with the rush. Force a Trojans punt.
Run. Antonio Bernardini on the tackle. Casa Grande, final timeout.
The Gauchos more than likely going to bring a lot of pressure here, knowing that the Trojans are punting from their own end zone. A good snap. And Hartman is able to get the ball away.
Jack
Almost
Hartman's
blocked.
punt down near midfield. There's a penalty flag on the play.
There's a penalty flag on the play. Running into the punter.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker.
A huge penalty on the Gauchos. A penalty they definitely did not need.
Personal foul is 15 yards.
As it'll make the
First down,
Trojans
Trojans.
go back out on offense, where the Gauchos could have had the ball at their own 35, but a costly penalty in this point in the game, especially down 7. Trojans are going to kneel it and walk into halftime with the lead. Not taking any chances. Wanting to solidify their 7-0 lead over the Gauchos. Head into halftime, make some adjustments, and get ready to be firing on all cylinders in the second half.
Jack Hartman will take a knee, and that'll take us to the halftime, where the score is a Trojan 7 and a Gaucho 0.
Trojans going to halftime up 7-0, with the only score being on a blocked punt and recovered by the Trojans in the end zone. Not much offense in this game, a lot of defense. Casa not looking like they can get anything started because of the pressure from the Trojans' defensive line. And the Trojans' running game, not the greatest in this game so far, but looking to make some adjustments and come out firing in the second half. It'll be a 15-minute halftime. We'll be back in a few minutes. And we're back. The Trojans are going to receive the second half kickoff as the Trojan offense looks to continue and drive down the field and put the pressure on the Casa defense, whereas the Guachos offense looks to get something rolling once they get the ball instead of the usual sight of the Trojans defensive line.
The teams get set to start the second half.
Trojans defensive line causing the pressure. Rivas and Crudo are back to receive the kick. And the second half will be underway shortly.
Daniel Miller gets
The Trojans go into the second half with the lead 7-0.
Luke Rivas and Neil Crudo back deep to receive.
As the ball once again flies off the tee because of the wind. They'll put a placeholder there. And the second half is underway as Rivas receives the kick with a decent return out to the 35-yard line as the Trojan offense comes out onto the field, looking to get something rolling on offense.
Luke Rivas with the return. Cody Rodrigo on the coverage.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans from the 35-yard line. Be a nice pitch out to number 16 as he finds his blockers, stays up, and gets a first down. A great play for the Trojans to start out. First down, Trojans.
Bernardini on the tackle. First down, Trojans.
Trojans wide out to the left. And comes back with the wishbone. The second handoff will pick up around 3. Tries to go back to the play that they ran earlier in the first half. That got them a big gain.
CJ Powers.
Powers on the carry.
Host of Gauchos in on that.
Rivas
tackle.
checks into the game. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Trojans. Hartman rolls out to his left, gets a block from Zarko. No one open on the play as Hartman just has to throw it away.
Incomplete, intended for CJ Powers.
The receivers
Cody
for the
Cardenas
Trojans not able to get enough
pressure.
separation. We'll make it 3rd and 7 for the Trojans. Crudo and Paula Georges check into the game. Wide out to the left again. Hartman finds a wide open 24 down the field, and it's caught by Silas Paula Georges A huge play for the Trojans
Jack Hartman's pass.
with a
completes
tremendous
the
pass
Dallas
by
Cowboys.
Hartman. Gets it down to the 22-yard line for the Trojans.
Forced out of bounds by Eli Kaplan. First down, Trojans.
And that is exactly what the Trojans needed there. A great big play through the passing game. Able to draw the defense in with the play action. And the Trojans are nearing the red zone. They'll go out and wishbone once again with the 2 handoff. As the Trojan offensive line pushes the running back for a solid gain of 6.
CJ Powers, the ball carrier.
Powers on the carry again. It'll be 2nd and short for the Trojans. And the Trojans are now in the red zone. Wide out to the left again. Handoff straight up the gut to Mario Zarco. They pound their way forward for a first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Trojans as the Trojans look to capitalize
Mario Zarco with a
on the
strong
big
run.
passing play
Joe Ellis on the
and look to
tackle
get
with
the
others.
lead 14-0. But they're going to need to
First and
convert.
goal, Trojans.
Guachos stacking the box. Hartman leads Sterrett just a little bit too much. Looking
Pass
for the slant
incomplete.
route.
Intended for Tanner Sterrett. Cody Rodrigo on the coverage.
Unable to connect. It'll be 2nd and goal. They go back out and wishbone. A counter play to Perez. And after gaining a couple yards, Perez has stood up.
Francisco Perez, the ball carrier.
A gain of about 1.
Esteban Sierra on the tackle.
And the Gauchos so far in the red zone, stacking the box, able to contain the Trojans' rushing game. A little confusion on the substitution, but they get it checked out right. It'll be 3rd and goal. Back out in wishbone. And a huge passing play caught by Crudo for the touchdown.
Jack
Hartman to
pass
Crudo
complete to
for the
Neil Crudo
touchdown.
for the touchdown.
And the Trojans will go up 13-0. An amazing play call by Coach Chris there. As Mackenzie Sofer comes on to kick the point after. And it is good for the Trojans. The Trojans go up 14-0.
Mackenzie Soper with the extra points.
And the momentum
Puts
is
the
all
score now to
on the
14,
Trojans
and the Gauchos
after a
0.
wonderful first drive to start out the second half. Exactly what the Trojan offense needed. After being stagnant in the first half. Uncharacteristic for the Trojans to be throwing the ball as much as they did, but it pays off, getting a lot of their yards through the air. .8 minutes left in the third quarter.
Asher Levy set to kick off. Marcus Scott. Caden Kramer back deep to receive.
And he'll be kicked out of bounds.
And that's a penalty flag for
by the
kickoff out of
Trojans.
bounds.
A little mistake there as they tried to pin the Guachos deep. Jacob Portis comes back out at quarterback, and the Guachos will take over at the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 as the Guachos look to get something started on offense. The Petaluma defensive line has caused a lot of pressure on the Guachos quarterback so far. It's a run play, but it is stood up quick by the Trojans. Only a 1-yard gain. Guachos go run first, but does not pay off.
Paul Federley, the ball carrier. Neil Crudo on the tackle.
Guachos line up trips to the left. Could we see play action? It's another run as Federley picks up the first down. He'll be at the Casa Grande 49,
Francisco
48.
Perez and Jack Hartman on the tackle. 1st down, Guachos.
And it seems like the Trojans are passing and the Guachos are running. Quite opposite for each. Lineup trips left again. And it's another handoff to Federley as he powers forward for a gain of 8.
Paul Federley, the ball carrier.
The Trojans'
J.J.
defensive
Grant
line not
on the
able to get the
tackle.
pressure they were creating in the first half so far on this drive. It'll be 2nd and short for the Guachos. Can we see a big play here from the Guachos? It'll be another running play. And it is fumbled by the Guachos and is recovered by the Trojans. Once again, the Guachos with a costly mistake as the Trojans are able to recover and take back the ball and go back on offense on the 35.
The ball is stripped. Silas Paulo Georges.
Another huge play by the
The
Trojans
will take
defense.
possession at the 35-yard line.
Trojans back out onto the field. Line back up in Wishbone. A nice run by Powers there with a pickup of 9. As the Trojan offense continues to roll.
C.J. Powers, the ball carrier.
And the Trojans will start
Marcus Scott on the tackle.
play a little conservative with the lead, try to run out the clock, even though there's still 6 minutes left in the third. If they could play with the lead, it'd be very important for the Trojans. A straight give to Zarco. It'll be a gain of around 3. They'll pick up the
Mario
first
Zarco,
down.
The ball carrier. Nick Tobin on the tackle. 1st down, Trojans.
Substitutions for the Gauchos defense as they try to put some bodies in there with fresh legs. to try and stop this Trojans offense. A counterplay by the Trojans. Picks up around 3 again. Seemed like a rush by Powers.
CJ Powers, the ball carrier. Cody Cornelius on the tackle.
Paulo Georges checks into the game. Who's made some big plays in this game so far. A huge interception. As there'll be a power play by the Trojans there. He stood up quickly by the Guachos. Looked like he had a hole, but the Guachos stands him up quickly. Be a gain of around 3.
Francisco Perez, the ball carrier. Joe Ellis on that tackle.
A huge 3rd and about 5 for the Trojans here. If they're able to pick up another first down, it'll be deflating to the cost of defense. Look for the Trojans to try to draw the Guachos off sides here. It'll be a passing play, which is swallowed up by the Guachos defense again. Looked like Hartman was trying to go on a
Jack
quarterback
Hartman,
keeper.
Eli Kaplan with the sack.
But is sacked by the Gaucho defense. As the punt unit comes on for the Trojans. A huge stop by the Gaucho defense to try and get the ball back to their offense. And finally get something started on offense. A nice punt by Hartman there. Fair caught. It'll be Gaucho ball at the 15-yard line.
Jack Hartman with the punt. Fair catch by Caden Kramer.
Jacob Portis comes back in at quarterback. Looks to get this Casa Grande offense starting to roll. The Gauchos line up, trips to the left. Play action, going back to the quick screen, and a great tackle is made by Powers. Only for a gain of around 1.
Pass complete to Eli Kaplan. CJ Powers on the tackle.
CJ Powers only a junior for the Trojans. They're going to run the ball, but is stopped by the Trojans defense yet again, and it'll be 3rd and around 7 for the Gauchos. So Trojan defense continues to pummel the Gauchos offensive line.
Casey Pechtel on the tackle.
Gauchos line up, trips to the right. Play action. And he looks deep, but it's picked off by the Trojans yet again. Portis had a man open, but underthrows him. And CJ Powers
The pass
with
is
the
intercepted
interception,
by
the
CJ
junior for the
Powers.
Trojans. Another huge
Eli
stop by the
Kaplan
Trojans
tackles him at
defense.
midfield.
And it seems like the Gauchos are making mistake after mistake after mistake. It'll be Trojans at midfield with a minute left in the third quarter, looking to put some more points on the board and cement their lead further. It'll be an end around to Powers, who just came up with the interception, as he pushes his way forward, nearing first down yardage. He'll be short by maybe just a yard.
CJ Powers, the ball carrier. Shane Runyon on the tackle.
It'll be second and short for the Trojans on the 40-yard line. Trojans line back out in Wishbone. There's a straight give to Mario Zarco. As the offensive line and Zarco power forward for a nice gain.
Mario Zarco, the ball carrier.
Picks up a first down for the Trojans.
Tackle. First down, Trojans.
Back out in Wishbone for the Trojans, 1st and 10. Another straight give to Zarco as he goes straight up the gut. And once again, will power forward for a first down. The Trojans' offense is rolling. And it seems like the Gaucho defense has no answer as the Trojans enter the red zone. We are headed into the fourth quarter. Trojans up 14-0. There'll be 12 minutes left to play.
And that will bring us to the fourth quarter.
Trojans trying to play with the lead, while the Gauchos are going to have to make an improbable comeback.
Unfortunately, we do not have the Touchdown Cafe or our kettle corn or Spiritware booth. However, if you would like to support our program, you can donate online. You can go to Petaluma, www.petalumacityschools.org/Petaluma High, click on Athletics and Athletic Donations. I'd like to remind everyone, too, at the end of the game to please exit through the same entrance that you entered in.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the
Exit
Trojans
through the
as
same
they come
gate
out of
in
the
which you entered.
third quarter break. They're in the red zone. And the Trojan red zone offense has been very efficient so far this game. They go back out in Wishbone. A double handoff to Powers for a gain of around 2.
CJ Powers, the ball carrier. Caden Kramer.
Sterrick checks into the game. Wide out to the left. Triple option for the Trojans. As Hartman pitches it out to Silas Paul-Georges, and he will pick up the first down, putting the Trojans in a first and goal situation.
On the
Paul-Georges making big play after big play in the Egg Bowl. Put the Trojans inside on the 5-yard line. Paul-Georges only a sophomore and making big plays on varsity. A handoff. Trojans signaling for a touchdown, but it looks like they're going to be ruled just short of the goal line.
Francisco
It'll
Perez,
be
the ball
second
carrier.
and goal
Joe
on the
Ellison
1-yard
tackle.
line. Trojans having a chance to make this game 21-0 with very little time left. And a straight give to Mario Zarco for the touchdown for the
Zarco
Trojans,
with the touchdown run.
making it 20-0. As the Trojan offense, this entire game seems like they cannot be stopped in the second half. A little miscommunication there on the substitution. But Miguel Rangel to kick the point after. And it is no good for the Trojans. The score will be 20-0.
And the extra point attempt is no good. That puts the score now, the Trojans 20.
With 10 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Petaluma up 20-0. The Guachos offense is going to have to try to make something happen here. Guachos, they can score quickly with their passing game, but the way that the Petaluma corners have been playing today, getting 2 interceptions, does not seem likely. And the Trojans, with a little kick to the cost of 45-yard line. It'll be first and 10 for the Guachos, keeping it out of the hands of the returners. Playing the field position game, not letting the Guachos get into the game with a huge kickoff, and playing very conservative. Portis back in at quarterback after throwing 2 interceptions. Play action. And pressure by the Trojans. Portis able to get it away. But huge pressure by the Trojans' defensive line yet again. Basically the story of the game. The Trojans' defensive line pressure has forced Portis into throwing early and throwing uncomfortably, causing them to throw 2 interceptions in this game. low snap. And again, pressure. And Portis is able to complete to Marcus Scott to get to the 30-yard line.
Portis's pass complete to Marcus Scott.
It'll be first down on the 30.
First down, Guachos.
One of the only times the Gauchos offense has been able to move the ball down the field. Trips right for the Gauchos. A low snap, and it'll be a handoff right up the gut. To Caden Ramirez, as it looks like he's getting
Caden
first
Ramirez,
down
the
yardage.
ball carrier. Luke Rivas on the tackle.
Check that, it'll be second and short. Nope. Miscommunication on the chains. It'll be first down for the Gauchos.
First down.
Gauchos come back and spread offense, having a little bit of momentum. Two big plays back to back. Play action again. And almost intercepted by Powers again. Goes right through the hands of Eli Kaplan.
Pass
He's
incomplete,
unable to
intended
come
for
up with the
Eli
catch.
Kaplan.
Nine minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Trips right. There'll be another handoff to Ramirez, but it's taken down by the Trojans defense. A huge stop.
Caden Ramirez, the ball carrier.
Stopping.
J.J. Grant on the tackle.
Stopping the momentum of the Gauchos there. Gauchos going into a little hurry up, back to their first drive. Didn't work out for them now. Work out for them then. Let's see what happens now. Play action again. Portis has time. Rolling out to his right. He's going to keep it. And it's taken down at the 3-yard line.
Jacob Portis
on the QB keeper.
scrambles and keeps it to pick up the first down. Silas Paulogorgis on the tackle.
Substitutions for the Gauchos. A little misunderstanding. And he's stood up by Jack Santos there.
Caden Ramirez,
A nice tackle.
Jack Santos on the tackle.
Jack Santos, a two-time captain for the Trojans. Not many players are ever two-time captains. He was captain as a junior and a senior. A key player on the offense and defensive line for the Trojans. Portis looking to pass. And he's going to quarterback keep for the touchdown.
Jacob Portis
The
with
Gauchos
touchdown
able to
run.
get on the board. It'll be 20-6. Gauchos with 7:48 left in the game. And the kick is good, making it 20-7. Trojans still lead,
Daniel Miller
but the
with
Gauchos
extra
making a
point
little
is
interesting
good.
down the stretch.
He puts his score now, the Trojans 20 and the Gauchos 7.
A little reminiscence of last week's game. The Trojans were up 18-0, and in the final 8 minutes of the game, let Sonoma back into the game, letting Sonoma score 14 unanswered points. The Trojans looking for that not to happen again this week. With only 7:48, the Trojans here are going to look to take a lot of time off the clock with their running game. They're going to need to get yards, about 3 yards every single running play, and make sure that they stay ahead in the chains, not falling behind at all. An onside kick for the Guachos, a dog pile. And the Guachos, just like last week, the Trojans give up an onside kick late in the game. And the Guachos look to have a little life left. It is 20-7. It's still a 2-possession game here. The Trojans are going to need to get pressure like they did in the first half. Low snap. Portis fires to Marcus Scott, and it's caught. Down to the 26-yard line.
Pass complete to Marcus Scott. Casey Pechtel on the tackle. First down, Guachos.
Guachos line up and trips right. Play action again. Pressure by the Trojans. Neo Crudo on the tackle. Portis able to get the ball out, and will stop the clock.
Neo Crudo with the pressure.
It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Guachos. Trojans' defensive line needs to have pressure here to make Portis uncomfortable throwing this ball. A quick pass. And it is a touchdown for the Guachos as the Trojans are unable to make the stop. It'll be 20-13
for the touchdown.
Trojan defense collapsing here in the fourth quarter after a full 3 quarters of stopping the Guachos. And the kick is good. It will be 14-20. Trojans still up by 6 with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
That puts the score now, the Trojans 20 and the Guachos 14.
This is where the Trojans are going to be tested. What still do they have in the tank to try and pull this game out and stop the momentum of the Guachos? Trojans look to start getting their life back. in this game. As a Trojan special team will line up prepared for the onside kick. They'll put their hands team out there. With only Rivas back to return. There'll be a kick straight down the middle. Rivas to return, looking to make something happen. Gets the ball safely to the Trojans 34.
Luke Rivas with the return. Cody Rodrigo on the tackle.
The Trojans need to take some time off the clock here or get another score. Trojans are going to need someone to step up and make a huge play here to get the momentum back. There'll be a handoff to Powers for a solid gain of about 4.
CJ Powers, the ball carrier. Nick Tobin on the tackle.
The Trojans need to dig deep here to pull this game out. It'll be an end around and tripped up by the offensive line is Paula Georges.
Antonio Bernardi with the
And
tackle.
someone is down for the Trojans.
Official timeout.
Jack Santos is down. The heart and soul of the Trojans' offensive line. A hard person to replace. It seems like he's in some pain. Jack Santos limps off the field,
Jack
favoring
Santos
that left
off the
leg.
field.
The senior captain, gut wrench coming out of the game, of his final game. Not a good sight to see. However, it's 3rd and long for the Trojans here. Motion to the right. Hartman drops back to pass. And he'll incomplete. Intended for CJ Powers. It'll be 4th and long for the Trojans.
Pass incomplete. Intended for CJ Powers. Cody Rodrigo on the coverage.
The Trojans bring out the punt unit with 5:33 left in the game. It'll be Caden Kramer back to receive the punt. A nice punt by Hartman again. And it takes a nice Trojan bounce down to the 23.
Jack Hartman's punt takes a Petaluma bounce.
The Trojan defense back out on the field and needs to get a stop here. Gauchos line up in spread formation. Pitch out left. Has blockers. But is finally taken down at the 34-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Gauchos. 5 minutes left. As the clock is ticking, the Gauchos trying to make the comeback and get back into this game. Spread formation again. Play action. Ends up being a handoff. Looked like the quarterback tried to keep it there. But it'll only be a gain of about 2 on the 36.
Ball carrier, Casey Pechtel on the tackle.
It'll be second and long. As the Gaucho switches it up, goes into trips right. Going to pass again. And the pass is caught. And the Gauchos get it down to the 39-yard line. But there is a flag on the field.
Pass complete.
Was Portis past the line of scrimmage when he threw it?
There's a penalty flag on the play.
And it is against the Gauchos. That play will not stand. As Portis was across the line of scrimmage when he threw the ball. Once again, the Gauchos make a bad mistake late in the game. It'll be third and long.
Repeat third down.
The penalty makes them lose it down. The blitz coming off the right side for the Trojans, but it is caught by Marcus Scott by the Gauchos and is eventually taken down at the 48-yard line. 3 minutes and 48 seconds left in the game.
Jack Hartman on the tackle.
And the clock will tick.
First down, Gauchos.
Pass again. Quick screen to Eli Kaplan. But he's taken down. Be a gain of 9. 3:17 left.
Pass complete. Eli Kaplan.
Second and short. Coming for the Casa Grande Gauchos. Casa comes out, trips to the left. Play action again, another quick screen. Breaks a couple tackles and gets a first down.
Pass complete to Eli Kaplan.
Trojans asking for a flag, block in the
First down,
back,
Gauchos.
but no flag is thrown. 2:24 left in the game, and it's coming down to the wire here as the Gauchos try to make this late game comeback. Trojans trying to hold on to the lead. Trips right. Low snap. Sets up the screen, but a nice tackle by Mario Zarco.
Screen pass complete.
Federley had blockers out in front of him,
Tripped up by Mario Zarco.
but Zarco able to track him down from behind. 1:47 left. Gauchos going no huddle and trips to the left. Second and long. Low snap again. Quick screen, but it's batted down by Silas Palagorgis. A huge play again from the sophomore coming off the edge, making it a 3rd and 10 with 1:33 left in the game. A clutch stop by the sophomore, who has many more of those plays coming in his career for Trojan football. Costa comes out, quad. It's a pass again. Pressure by the Trojans. And incomplete. It is not caught by the Gauchos.
Intended for Shane Runyon.
Shane Runyon almost had it, but is incomplete. It will be 4th down. And here is the game. The Trojans needing this stop right here. The Gauchos trying to have life. 1:26 left. Even with limited fans, the stadium is loud. Spread for the Gauchos. It's a pass. Portis looks. And it is incomplete. The Trojan defense comes up clutch in the final moments.
Pass incomplete. Intended for Eli Kaplan.
Kaplan could not
And that's a
bring it
turnover on
in.
downs.
It'll be 1:13 left, Trojan ball. Both teams still have 3 timeouts. Trojans line back out in wishbone. A give to Mario Zarco. And he's going to power forward for about 4.
Mario Zarco, the ball carrier.
Santos is back out onto the field.
By a host of Gauchos. Timeout.
1:12
Casa
remaining
Grande.
in the game. 20-14 Trojans. A first down here will more than likely ice the game for the Trojans. Gauchos will try to take their timeout, conserving the clock, hoping to get the ball back for one more opportunity. Trojans can smell the victory here. They're just able to get a first down. And a nice run by Palagorgis. Gets near the line to gain.
Silas Paul Georges, the ball carrier.
And it'll be 3rd and short.
Forced out of bounds by
1:06
the
left in
Guachos.
the game. Trojans line back out in wishbone. And it's a straight give to Zarko. A penalty flag. As Coach Chris is unhappy with the call on the field.
Penalty flag on the play.
Not sure what the call on the field is. But it's
It's on the offense for pushing the pile.
a penalty for pushing the
Assisting
pile.
runner.
And it'll be go back to 3rd and long for the Trojans. Not quite sure why the
5 yards
penalty
to
flag
start
came
down.
out there, but many people on the Trojan sideline thinking the same as me. Hartman looks to pass and will find Zarko. Zarko able to catch the ball. Go to the 40-yard line.
Pass complete
46
to Mario
seconds
Zarco.
left as Gauchos are going to take a timeout.
Kaplan on the tackle.
As the punt unit comes out for the Trojans, the Gauchos are going to be able to have one more chance to drive down the field because of that weird penalty. The Trojan defense is going to need to come up clutch once again and get one final stop. Trojans up 20-14 with 46.4 seconds left.
Casa Grande timeout, 1 remaining.
They're going to need a nice punt here to set back the Gauchos deep into their own area. Scott back deep to receive the punt. And it's a fake punt by the Trojans. Hartman will line back up under center.
Timeout, Petaluma.
Tries to get the Gauchos to jump,
Our first timeout.
but it'll be timeout by the Trojans. Smart call there. As we await the 4th down play with 46.1 left. Gauchos only have 1 timeout to stop the clock, while the Trojans still have 2. Here comes the punt by Hartman. Scott back to receive. A high snap, but it turns out to be a nice punt and takes a not such great of a bounce for the Trojans, but it'll be down at the 37-yard line.
Jack Hartman's punt. Down by Kyle
The Gauchos
Jr.
have 1 timeout and 37 seconds left to drive the length of the field to potentially make the comeback. But the Trojans defense looking to do what they do, get pressure on the quarterback and stop the Gauchos. Guachos come out and spread. There's no doubt that they're passing this ball. Play action. Portis looks, has a lot of time, and he's going to take off. Only for around 9 yards. Took a lot of time off the clock. 24 seconds left.
Silas Paulogeorgis and Casey Pechtel on the tackle.
Trojans unable to get pressure there. Be second and short.
Casa Grande.
The Trojan defensive back, the secondary, able to clamp up there. .24 seconds left. Trojans up 20-14. The rest motioning for 26 seconds left to be on the clock. Guachos come out and trips left. From the 48. The low snap. Paulogeorgis off the side gets a clutch sack for the Trojans. An amazing play. 16 seconds left. No timeouts for the Guachos. And the Guachos are going to need to spike it.
The Guachos get set and spike it.
A huge play by the sophomore there. He comes off the edge on the blitz, gets the sack, and forces the Guachos to bring them down all the way to a 4th down and 9 situation. Takes lots of time off the clock, only 10 seconds left. And this could be a Hail Mary situation for the Guachos. Play action. Paulogeorgis comes up. Eli Kaplan.
Pass complete to Shane Runyon.
Runyon able to
gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Get out of bounds.
First down.
There'll be 4 seconds left. Able to stop the clock. And this is likely going to be the last play of the Egg Bowl. It all comes down to this. Are the Guachos going to try to pull a rabbit out of the hat? Are they going trickery, or are they just going straight for the Hail Mary? They're going straight for the Hail Mary. Portis looks deep. And it is incomplete. The Petaluma Trojans will win the Egg Bowl, snapping a 2-game losing streak. And the Trojans win 20-14. The Guachos unable to pull it out, and the Trojans hold on for the 6-point victory. A great victory for the Trojans. And the senior class unable to rewrite
I'd like to remind everyone to please exit
what the previous
from
two
the
couldn't do.
Entrance you came in.
A huge win for the Trojans. As they both say good game to each other. An amazing Egg Bowl there. An amazing game by the Trojans. And the Trojans win the 2021 Egg Bowl 20-14. Silas Paulogeorgis making huge play after huge play. The defense able to stop them on the final 2 drives to win the game. and the Trojan offense able to come out in the second half and put points on the board. A remarkable game, and the Trojans win 20-14. We're signing off for now. Thank you for tuning in for this live stream, and we hope you enjoyed. Thank you.